Best workout splits for pure muscle growth, no matter your size. I'm going to settle this debate once and for all. The question I get asked more than almost any other question in fitness, what is the best workout split for building muscle, has been answered wrong by almost every piece of content on the internet. Not because the people answering it are wrong about the splits themselves, but because they are giving you one answer to a question that has a different correct answer depending on who you are, where you are in your training, and what your life actually looks like outside the gym. Today, I'm going to walk you through every major training split that produces real muscle growth, tell you exactly who each one is built for, and by the end of this video, you will know with complete certainty which split your body needs right now. Before we get into it, drop a comment right now telling me where you are watching this from. City, country, whatever you want. And while you are down there, tell me what split you are currently running. I read everything. Before I share a single split recommendation, I want to walk you through the framework that determines which split is right for you. Because walking into this conversation without this framework is why most men pick the wrong split, follow it for 6 weeks, get mediocre results, and blame the split when the real problem was the mismatch between the split and the person running it. There are 5 variables that determine your optimal training split: your training experience, your available time, your recovery capacity, your consistency history, and your goals. Every split recommendation I make in this video is filtered through these 5 variables. If you try to skip this framework and jump straight to the split that sounds the most impressive, you're going to make the same mistake most people make and wonder why the results never match the effort. Training experience is the first filter and the most important one. A beginner, someone with less than 18 months of consistent structured training, does not need a 5 or 6 day split. Not because they cannot handle the volume physically in the short term, but because the neuromuscular adaptations that drive early muscle growth in beginners are best stimulated by higher frequency, lower volume per session. A beginner gains more muscle from hitting each muscle group 3 times per week with moderate volume than from annihilating each muscle group once per week with extreme volume. The muscle does not know how sore you are. It knows how often it was given a growth signal. Frequency is the beginner's greatest asset, and most beginners throw it away chasing splits designed for advanced athletes. An advanced trainer, someone with 3 or more years of genuinely consistent, progressively overloaded training, has a different problem. Their muscles are adapted to training stimulus at a level that requires more volume per session and more total weekly volume to continue growing. Higher frequency still matters, but the volume ceiling per session is higher because the recovery machinery is more developed. Advanced trainers can justify more training days and more volume per muscle group because their bodies can actually absorb and convert that stimulus into growth. Available time is the second filter and the one most people are dishonest about. Not dishonest with me, dishonest with themselves. If you have a demanding job, children, significant life responsibilities, and you are telling yourself you can commit to a 6-day training split, you are setting yourself up for a pattern of inconsistency that will produce worse results than a 3-day split executed with perfect consistency every single week. A 3-day split done every week for a year will build more muscle than a 5-day split done every week for 6 weeks, followed by 2 months of missed sessions. Consistency compounds. Inconsistency destroys compounding. Be brutally honest about the time you actually have and pick the split you can actually sustain. Recovery capacity is the third filter and the one most influenced by your age, your sleep quality, your nutrition, your stress levels, and your training history. Men over 40, which is a significant portion of this community, have a longer recovery window between sessions than men in their 20s. This is not a limitation to apologize for. It is a biological reality to design around. More training days with less recovery between them does not equal more muscle growth. It equals accumulated fatigue, suppressed testosterone, elevated cortisol, and stalled progress. Your split needs to respect your recovery capacity or it will work against you, regardless of how well designed it is on paper. Now let us get into the actual splits. I'm going to go through 3-day, 4-day, and 5-day options and tell you exactly who each one is built for and why. 3-day splits are dramatically underrated. The fitness industry has convinced people that training 3 days per week is what you do when you have given up on building a serious physique. That is completely false. 3 days per week, structured correctly, can build an exceptional physique. particularly for beginners, for people with demanding schedules, and for men over 40 who need longer recovery windows between sessions. The key with 3-day splits is frequency of muscle group stimulation. You want every major muscle group hit at least twice within those 3 sessions. The best 3-day option for most people is full body training 3 times per week: Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or any 3 non-consecutive days that give you at least 1 full day of recovery between sessions. Each session hits your entire body with compound movements: a squat pattern, a hinge pattern, a push pattern, a pull pattern, and a carry or core movement. Every major muscle group receives a growth signal 3 times per week. You do not experience the extreme soreness of a bro split because you are distributing volume across the entire body rather than concentrating it on 1 or 2 muscle groups per session. And the recovery between sessions is sufficient for men at every training age to come back performing at a high level. The second best 3-day option is upper, lower, full body. Monday is upper body, chest, back, shoulders, arms. Wednesday is lower body, quads, hamstrings, glutes, calves. Friday is full body, hitting everything again with slightly different exercise selection to ensure every muscle group gets its second weekly stimulus. This structure gives you dedicated focus sessions for upper and lower body while ensuring complete coverage across the week. If you refuse to do full body training, and some people genuinely do not enjoy it, upper, lower, upper across 3 days works well. Your upper body gets hit twice per week, your lower body once. If bringing up your lower body is a priority, this is not your split. If your upper body is the priority and your lower body training is strong enough to maintain on 1 session per week, this works. 4-day splits are where most intermediate trainees live, and for good reason. 4 days gives you enough frequency to hit every muscle group twice per week while providing sufficient recovery between sessions. The non-negotiable principle for any 4-day split is that every major muscle group is stimulated at least twice in the weekly cycle. The best 4-day option I have seen consistently produce results across a wide range of trainees is push, pull, legs, upper. Monday is push, chest, shoulders, triceps. Tuesday is pull, back, biceps, rear delts. Thursday is legs, quads, hamstrings, glutes, calves. Saturday is upper, a full upper body session that hits chest, back, shoulders, and arms with different exercise selection than your push and pull days. If you want your legs hit twice per week on a 4-day split, which I recommend for most people who are not already carrying exceptional lower body development, upper, lower is your framework. Both your upper and lower body receive 2 dedicated sessions per week. The exercise selection and rep ranges should vary between your 2 upper sessions and your 2 lower sessions to prevent adaptation and ensure complete muscle fiber recruitment across both sessions. A variation worth mentioning for 4 days is horizontal push-pull, vertical push-pull. Session 1 covers horizontal pushing, bench press, dumbbell press, and horizontal pulling, rows of all variations. Session 2 covers vertical pushing, overhead press, Arnold press, and vertical pulling, pull-ups, lat pull-downs. Sessions 3 and 4 repeat this structure with different exercise selection and potentially different rep ranges. Your back is being trained twice per week through both horizontal and vertical planes. Your pushing musculature is being trained twice per week through both horizontal and vertical vectors. This produces exceptional balanced upper body development and is one of the most underutilized 4-day frameworks in mainstream fitness content. 5-day splits are where things get genuinely interesting and where the most common mistakes are made. 5 days per week is a significant training commitment, and it is only justified if your recovery capacity can support it, and your training experience is sufficient to generate enough stimulus per session to warrant the frequency. The 5-day split that I believe produces the best results for the widest range of intermediate and advanced trainees is push-pull, legs, upper, lower. Monday push, Tuesday pull, Wednesday legs, Thursday upper body, Friday lower body. Your upper body is receiving stimulus 4 times across the week, twice through dedicated push and pull sessions, twice more through the Thursday upper session, which covers all upper body musculature. Your lower body is hit twice per week through dedicated leg and lower body sessions. The volume is distributed intelligently enough that no single session requires you to be in the gym for 2 hours to complete it effectively. And the variety between your push session and your Thursday upper session in terms of exercise selection, rep ranges, and movement patterns is enough to prevent adaptation while ensuring complete muscular development. The second 5-day option worth serious consideration is upper, lower, upper, lower, upper. 3 upper body sessions, 2 lower body sessions. If building your upper body is your primary goal and your lower body development is either already strong or secondary in priority, this is a powerful framework. Now let me address the bro split directly. 1 muscle group per day, 6 days per week, because I know a significant portion of you are running it or have run it. The bro split built a lot of impressive physiques and it will continue to do so. I am not here to tell you it does not work. But for the majority of natural trainees who are not using pharmacological assistance, training each muscle group once per week leaves frequency gains completely uncaptured. Your muscle protein synthesis response to a training session peaks at around 24 to 48 hours post-training and returns to baseline within 72 hours. If you are training a muscle group once per week, you are stimulating it once and then giving it 5 days of sitting at baseline before you stimulate it again. Twice per week stimulation means twice the number of muscle protein synthesis peaks across the same time period. Here's the principle that ties everything together and that I want you to remember long after this video ends. The best split is not the one with the most impressive name or the most complex structure. It is the one you can execute with genuine intensity, genuine progressive overload, and genuine consistency across months and years of training. A full-body 3-day split executed with perfect consistency and progressive overload for 2 years will build a more impressive physique than a 6-day bro split done sporadically with inconsistent effort. Pick the split that matches your training age, your available time, your recovery capacity, and your goals. Execute it with maximum intensity. Progress your loads and volume systematically. Protect your recovery. And do not change it every 2 weeks because a new video told you there was something better. Give your split enough time to actually work. A minimum of 8 to 12 weeks before you assess its effectiveness and make adjustments. If you want to stop second-guessing your program and start building muscle with the kind of clarity and intention that actually produces results, then subscribing to this channel is exactly where you need to be. Every video here is built to give you the precise tools, the accurate framework, and the practical implementation strategies to build your best physique. Not theory, not trends, the blueprint. Now tell me in the comments, which split are you currently running? And after watching this video, do you think it is actually the right one for where you are right now? Drop it below. Your answer shapes the next video and helps every person in this community train smarter starting today. Best split, right person, right time, right execution. That combination builds muscle. Everything else is just noise.